all that we ever search for is to live our lives from the heart. That's fucking it. Over the last couple of days, I've been struggling with this. Because sometimes it is extremely uncomfortable to live in your heart as who you are, doing the things that is truly what you want to do, standing up for yourself in the way that is truly you, being you, whatever the fuck that means for you. Only you can figure that out, right? Because no one else can be in your heart and experience what it's like to be you. Nobody wants to be like anybody else. Deep down, everyone just wants to be who they are and live from their heart. But sometimes you're so lost and so disconnected from your heart that you try and settle for something that seems like a good idea. That seems like perhaps this is what I should be doing. Because we're just so afraid to embrace who we really are on a deep level. I just had 2 very challenging days. And you know, when you lived your life for a long time through programs of the mind, through who it is that you think that you should be and not who you truly are, it is a process of getting out of that state and moving back into the heart. Now, the only reason that we try and be something that is not who we are, why we go after this job, why we adjust ourselves and try to be a people pleaser, or why we judge other people, or why we judge ourselves, why we get into a lot of different addictions and problems and negative patterns of our behaviors and whatever the frick it is. It only happens because the heart space is currently very uncomfortable. The mind and the ego is a protection mechanism designed to keep you safe. What is it keeping you safe from? It is keeping you safe from the beliefs that you have created about yourself and the pain of those beliefs. What is it that is so painful? It's that shame, that fear, that guilt that is currently existing here within the heart space. That makes us turn into something that is not truly and authentically are, because we start identifying with the ego and think that we are the ego. And then we get lost in all of those processes. We get lost in our addictions. We get lost in trying to achieve something, in trying to become someone, in trying to follow what other people are doing. Because it's safe. Because as long as I'm attached to this matrix of a reality, I'm always disconnected from myself, the depth of my heart and the emotions that exist there. From all of these beliefs, from these experiences that I've had. All of these things that was taught by my family, by society, wherever the fuck it comes from. I'm running from the pain of those realizations that I had over the course of my life, that maybe there is something wrong about this version of myself that I'm being right now. This person that has this shame and that is expressing it, or that is experiencing this emotion. Like, I can't be who I am, and so I must adjust myself and become something that I am not. We're not aware that we're doing it though. This is an unconscious process that happens as we feel like it's not safe to be who we are. My heart is open today. And I can feel it so well today. Because I allowed myself for the past couple of days to sit in those emotions that came up. Without going to my matrix. I didn't try to become something. I didn't try to achieve something. I didn't revert into old patterns, and instead I sat there with the uncomfortable emotions, with the beliefs that I shouldn't be who I am right now, that there's something wrong with who I am right now. I sat with those emotions. And it's so fucking hard. It's like the hardest thing in the world. But it's all we ever search for. We're searching for this uncomfortable space within us. To be in acceptance, in allowance of it. So that it can transmute itself back into our natural state, which is just love and abundance. The heart space can be uncomfortable, yes. But once we accept the uncomfortable, we also accept in the good, the abundance, the love that we can experience. Living our life through the mind of who we think we should be. Living in unconscious programs. That's what set us back and keeps us disconnected from what it is that we're always searching for, which is to shift our attention from thinking that we are the mind, that we are all of these thoughts and that we're all of these problems, and just move our awareness back into the presence of the heart. And I will notice that, fuck, I want to think about this, I want to keep, I need to figure something out, I want to figure something out. And then like, no. Don't figure out. Don't try to get anywhere. Don't try to do anything. There's nothing that you can do right now. Just be in the uncomfortable space. For the longest time of my life, I didn't even understand that I was in this uncomfortable space, because there wasn't a single minute that wasn't filled with me on some level acting out my personality, my matrix, as to never be in the presence of the present moment and everything that's going on right now. Because when we drop everything that we're always doing and we fall back into what is, into the truth of what's going on right now, all of those things that we ran from is gonna slowly start coming up. We realize that we only judge people because we don't want to take a look inside of ourselves. We only judge ourselves because it's a thought matrix that keeps us occupied from this emotional world that is going on within us. I had no idea what this video was going to be about today. But I came in here today and I really felt the need to just express myself, because for the last few days I held myself back from doing that. And the only reason why we hold ourselves back from who we truly are is because we don't want to be in the presence of what is going on within us. And I can still feel that my mind right now, I'm still in. It's still showing up a little bit like, should I talk more about this thing? And I'm like, stop it. Just let it go. It's so freeing to just be in the heart space, and it feels so good that we don't search for anything, because we already are it. What we're searching for doesn't exist. What we're searching for is only an attachment to outcome, so that we are detached from ourselves. And all that we are really doing is just looking for ourselves. We're trying so desperately to come back into acceptance over who we are. But we get it so wrong. get it so wrong. We walk in a million different directions. Only so that we are never in the presence of what we are searching for. We're playing this game. And as long as we're attaching ourselves to outcomes and situations and onto relationships, onto our different types of things that we're doing, as long as we're attaching ourselves, we're playing the game. This game of running from ourselves, of not realizing that we're all that we ever searched for. The whole register of it, from uncomfortable to comfortable, from the terrible to the amazing. And also that the amazing doesn't exist without the terrible. It's not about avoiding the uncomfortable space, it's about becoming finally okay with it. And then everything starts changing. Yeah. Starting this process is difficult because it goes against everything that we ever did. We always lived in a program. And so to step out of the program of how I did the things and simply allow myself to be, it's difficult because it's uncomfortable. To just all of a sudden say, I want to experience what I'm feeling. I'm not gonna run anymore. The body is not even used to it anymore. Like, you build a relationship with your body. And as it is right now, when you live your life in the program, the body has been pushing down these emotions and keeping them locked tight within the different centers of your body. This is why we get sickness and disease and shit that spreads and that makes us sick. Because we bottle it up and then the body suppresses it because we don't want to deal with it. Every single time that I'm overthinking myself or I get stuck in some pattern where I'm not allowing myself to express myself, I always feel it here. Because that energy always builds here. I get problems with my stomach. And then when I finally allow myself to be, I can feel the tension go away. I can feel the problems move themselves. You heal yourself by being yourself. Not just from your negative programs, but also your body. And you start building this relationship with your body as well, and those emotions slowly start making their way up again. It's like a fucking... Your body right now is like a scared little bunny sitting in the grass, and you have to like slowly give it a little carrot. And then it's like, okay, I'm gonna take a little bite, show a little bit of fear that you neglected, and you're like, oh shit, this is really uncomfortable. And then the body's like, are you really gonna check it out this time? Come on, please, just do it. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna be with it. And the body's like, okay, cool. Maybe now I can start giving you some more because you're showing to me that you want to deal with your stuff. So I'm gonna, a couple of days later, like, okay, it's time to bring up more. And then it's like, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable, but I'm not gonna return to my program. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna be with it. And then the body's going to be like, okay, cool. He's actually starting to like wanna deal with his stuff. And okay, cool. Now I can start releasing. Oh, it feels so much lighter. My body feels so much better. And you build this relationship over time. And it just heals you. It heals you and it reveals your true soul, your true essence. Everything about you starts moving up to the surface, and you stop searching for things to make your life better, because your life can never be better than when felt through the essence of who you are, through this healing process. If you want to start this process, I have a 30-minute free subconscious success course that you can check out. And I'll leave the link down below and some links to some other tools as well that you can use to start this process. And thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.